Hey guys, welcome to part two of Restaurante. And for today, we'll be continuing our lesson in Restaurante. So, as we saw earlier, we learned a couple of new verbs. For example, tomar, para llevar, mesero, mesera, dar, traer, desayunar, tengo hambre, disculpe, comer, right? And we also took a look at the verb gustar, right? Gustar, which is to like. Me gusta, I like. We need a reflexive pronoun, right? So let's move on to the next part. We have this question here. ¿Qué quieres desayunar? ¿Qué quieres desayunar? Quiero desayunar. Who knows what this means? Does anyone remember? That's right. What do you want to have for breakfast? So remember, desayunar is a verb. So we don't really use have to say have breakfast. We just say, what do you want breakfast, right? What do you want to breakfast? So quiero desayunar. And notice how it's ES, so it's you. And when it's O, it's I, right? So we have huevos revueltos. And remember, revolver, like the gun, revolves, because revolver is to mix in Spanish. So huevos revueltos, tocino, huevos estrellados. Remember, estrella means star, and dos means two, so it means like starred eggs, right? Huevos estrellados, jugo de naranja, una taza de café, y un pan tostado. So again, try repeating all of them on your own. ¿Qué quieres desayunar? ¿Qué quieres desayunar? Quiero desayunar huevos revueltos con jugo de naranja, una taza de café y pan tostado. Oh, y tocino también. ¿Y tú? ¿Qué quieres desayunar? Awesome. So now I'm going to cover them up, and now you can pause the video and you can try remembering what they are. Try to guess. All right? Cool, let's move on. Next part. All right, can you do this on your own? Número uno. Great, let's just move on. And then we have the verb poder. So poder is like saying can or to be able to. Normally it's conjugated with a U and an E. So let's take a look at some examples. Poder. ¿Qué pueden hacer? ¿Qué pueden hacer? Now it ends here in an N because I'm referring to plural. ¿Qué pueden hacer? ¿Qué puede hacer Pancho? ¿Qué puede hacer Juanito? ¿Qué puede hacer Enrique? Pancho puede tocar y cantar canciones al mismo tiempo. Can you repeat? Pancho puede tocar y cantar canciones al mismo tiempo. Good. So it means Pancho can play. So instead of saying play an instrument in Spanish, we say touch an instrument. So tocar means to touch. So Pancho can play and sing songs at the same time. Right? Pancho. Juanito. ¿Qué puede hacer Juanito? Well, Juanito puede nadar sin problema. ¿Qué puede hacer Enrique? Enrique puede volar un avión. Right? Can you try and repeat these without looking? ¿Qué puede hacer Pancho? ¿Qué puede hacer Juanito? ¿Qué puede hacer Enrique? Take a time to pause the video and answer if you can remember. So, Pancho puede tocar y cantar canciones al mismo tiempo. Juanito puede nadar sin problema. Y Enrique puede volar un avión solo. Good job. Let's move on. And we have more examples of poder. So here we're saying, puedo ayudarte. ¿Puedo ayudarte? Can I help you? Puedo ayudarte. Notice it's a UE. When it's an infinitive, it just has an ODER. But when it's I, it conjugates to a UE and an O at the end. Now for you, it ends in yes, remember? So, ¿puedes hablar español? ¿Puedes hablar español? And then we have, me puedes escuchar. This is the same as saying, puedes escucharme. We just start with the me in the beginning. ¿Puedes escucharme? All right, great. Let's move on. Oh, wait, sorry guys. Let's go back to me puedes pasar la sal. You can also say puedes pasarme la sal. Pay attention to that ending. So it's talking to you. Can you? This one's talking to I. Can I? So remember those endings, okay? Let's move on. All right, so now, ¿qué puedes hacer? ¿Qué puedes hacer? What can you do? ¿Qué puedes hacer? Puedo hablar inglés. ¿Y tú? Pues yo puedo nadar, puedo tocar la guitarra, puedo hablar francés, puedo cocinar, puedo trabajar en una oficina, puedo hacer muchas cosas. I can do many things. ¿Y tú? ¿Qué puedes hacer? Take a minute to answer, and then we're going to go to podrías. So podrías is the same as can, but it's a formal way of saying can. So how do we say that in English? Could, right? It's a formal request. So we can ask for the time. ¿Podrías decirme la hora? Could you tell me the time, la hora, the hour? Go ahead. ¿Podrías decirme la hora? Next one. ¿Podría traernos el menú? ¿Podría traernos el menú? Notice how we don't use an S here when we normally have to use an S to say you. Well, if you take out the S, it makes it formal. So when you're asking for a request, you want to be as formal as possible, right? You want to be respectful. So we take out the S. Now, don't worry too much about it. It's just a reminder, okay? ¿Podría traernos el menú, por favor? ¿Podría darnos un par de minutos? Notice here we say decirme, and here we have nos, me. These are both reflexive. So nos is us, me is I. So could you give us? ¿Podría darnos un par de minutos? Great, now it's your turn. Go ahead and pause the video and read it on your own. Awesome. Once you've done that, we can move on. So we have te gusta, right? When we have a reflexive pronoun, we know that that's do you like, te gusta. But if we don't use a reflexive and we just say gustas, it actually means would you like. It's an informal way of saying would you like, but we use it a lot. For example, ¿gustas un vaso de agua? Saying, would you like a cup of water? If I wanted to change this and make it, do you like water? It would say this, ¿gusta el agua? Then that's asking, do you like water? But since we're not using a reflexive and we're putting the S here, we're saying gustas. It means, would you like a cup of water? ¿Gustas sentarte? Would you like to sit down? ¿A qué hora gustas comer? What time would you like to eat? Right? Now, another way to say would you like, and it's the more proper way to say it, is te gustaría. Te gustaría. This one does have a reflexive, but gustar changes. We add an ia to it. And that ia is actually would. So a lot of verbs will come to that with that conjugation. Comería, bebería. And that ia is actually saying I would eat. Comería, I would eat. I would drink. Right? So remember, ia is would. So you could just say, ¿te gustaría un vaso de agua? Would you like a cup of water? ¿Gustas un vaso de agua? It's the same thing. But te gusta changes, right? Te gusta is do you like? ¿Te gustaría sentarte? Would you like to sit down? ¿A qué hora te gustaría comer? What time would you like to eat? Try pausing the video again and read them on your own. Great. Once you've done that, we're going to take a look at a quick preview of the things that we will be taking a look on the next video, which is has probado. Has probado el arroz con leche? Have you tried arroz con leche. So it's like, have you had, have you tried it? All right, and we'll continue with that on the next lesson. So thank you so much for joining me on this one. If you have any more questions or any suggestions, please write them on the comments below, and subscribe to my channel to get new content. And don't forget to click the bell so that you get reminders that I've posted more stuff. And again, if you guys want to interact with this kind of stuff, you can always, you know, suggest new things that you're interested about. Thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one. Adios.